Good evening, everyone. We are going to get started in just a few minutes. I want to invite you all to grab some refreshments over here to my right. We have some for you, and then we'll get started in just a few minutes. So please grab some refreshments and get comfortable. We have lots of great information for you. You ready? Okay. All right. We are going to go ahead and get started with this town hall, but feel free to continue to get some refreshments over here on the side. We have lots of beverages and a charcuterie board for you. So take your time, get some refreshments. We have lots of great information for you. I am Councilwoman Dionne Faulk, City of Inglewood. Fabulous city of Inglewood, and I want to thank you all so much for coming out in this cold weather, so give yourselves a round of applause. So before we get too far into the program, I want to acknowledge our elected officials that was able to join us here this evening. And first up, I want to bring up our mayor, Mayor James T. Butts, who needs no introduction. He has been mayor for how many years now, Mayor? 16 years, right? So I'm going to have him come on up and join us, and let's give him a wonderful, wonderful round of applause. Come on up here, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So, you guys, the councilwoman made one mistake. She said that there were snacks. This is food. This is food. And a lot of them people took a lot of food. So, congratulations, Dionne. You make sure everybody goes away from here happy and full. You know, every year, I don't know how often she does this, but every time I come here, I talk about the things we've done. You guys know where we are. The latest thing is the Jordan brand opened up a facility in the old continuation building that had been condemned right across the street from City Hall. It's the building with the jump man on top of the roof. Have any of you seen it? And there are basketball courts in there, and it's an event center for the schools. And they had about 4 or 5 events All-Star Weekend, and it was just a wonderful time. Now, I mention this because, you know, when people think of Inglewood, they think of the Rams, the Chargers, the Clippers, and the LA Philly Youth Orchestra program, the Girl Scouts, NFL Networks, YouTube. But the reality is now we are so attractive to big-name entities, they want to build facilities for our children. And this particular facility, they're going to lease for 4 years, and then they're going to turn it back over to the school district. And so if you haven't seen it, it's really, really a nice building. And you guys give yourselves a hand because you have helped make Inglewood a place like no other. Give yourselves a hand. We have a number of hotels in progress that'll be open, some by the FIFA World Cup, some by Super Bowl 61 and 27, and all of them open by the Olympics in 28. So as far as we've come, we still have that far to go. And I'm proud to be here, be your mayor. I was a policeman here for 19 years, chief of police Santa Monica for 15 years. Now I'm catching back up to the number of years serving the city. I was here 19 and I've been here 16 again. So it's just the time of my life, and I thank you for your support of myself and the council. And Inglewood, as I say, the only thing that's changed is everything. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. We appreciate you and all that you do for this fabulous city. Next up, I am going to bring up our city clerk, Aisha Thompson. She is wonderful. We came in together. We were elected together, and so we have been on this journey since 2020. So there she is, our city clerk, Aisha Thompson. Yes.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say hello. I'll be back, so I'm not going to talk too much. But I just want to say hello. It's so good to see everyone out. And, yeah, I'll see you shortly. Thank you, Councilwoman, for this opportunity. Thank you.
She is going to come back. She is going to present on the election process that's happening this year. As you know, we have a big election. So she is going to give lots of great information for you regarding our election in the city of Inglewood. Also, I want to bring up our new city treasurer. She's not so new anymore. She's kind of getting used to everything. So Angela Allen. She has been with us for, 2 years now, so she is finding her way, and we just adore her, so I'm going to allow her to say a couple of words. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say hi. I do want to bring notice to, I have a first-time home buyers workshop coming up March the 21st, Inglewood City Hall, Community Room A. and it starts at 9 and it ends at 12:30. I have some flyers out front, so if you know some Inglewood residents that still have hope in home buying, please grab a flyer for them and spread the information. Thank you.
All right. I believe that is all of the elected officials. Please keep our other councilwoman, Gloria Gray, in your prayers. She had surgery recently, and so she is recuperating. And then our other two council members had some prior engagements, so they were not able to make it here this time. So otherwise, they would have been here. And then our city manager, believe it or not, today is his birthday, Lewis Atwell. So he told me he would not be here, but he would be here in spirit with us. But we do have our assistant city manager that is here, Jose Cortez, and so I want him to come up and just say a couple of words to you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Faulk. Good evening, and it's good to see everybody here. As she said, as the Councilwoman said, my name is Jose Cortez. I'm the Senior Assistant City Manager. I oversee the Human Resources, Finance, and IT departments. So the Councilwoman has a great program for you tonight. So I hope you have your pen and pencil ready. So we have a lot of our department heads here to present all the new developments going on in their departments in the city. So thank you for coming, and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
And also, we have some of our other city officials here really quickly. If you want to come up really quickly, I see some of our director heads. If you don't mind coming up really quickly. Thomas, Tony, really quickly. I'd just like for our residents to see who's leading our departments really quickly. So come on up really quickly, say hello. Don't be afraid. Introduce yourself.
Good evening. So you're going to see me in a little bit. I'm going to give you some updates on some projects, but I really look forward to giving that information, so welcome.
Tony almost.
Hello, everybody. I'm Thomas Ewell. I'm the Parks and Rec Director here with the City of Inglewood. So you know my name, and if you need anything, just let me know. We'll be beautifying our city, our medians, our parks. Any questions, we'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We have the hardest working staff in Inglewood. When I tell you, that's the reason why our city is functioning so well, and we're just working at leaps and bounds because we have such high functioning directors and staff. So we really appreciate them. We're like one big family in the city of Inglewood. So I just wanted you to hopefully get that feel from us. I, at this time, want to also acknowledge some of our commissioners that are here. If they don't mind standing up, and they're going to just say their name and the commission that they're on, I would really appreciate that. So can our commissioners stand up briefly? Malcolm, can you take the microphone? Malcolm's going to take a microphone around. I want you to see, so these are our leaders in District 4 that are commissioners, board officers, and they work on some of the commissions, and they represent you on these commissions. So they're going to go ahead and say their name and their commission that they work on.
Good afternoon, good evening. Cheryl McClellan, Housing Commissioner. This year will be 10 years.
All right.
Barbara Hippler, Parking and Traffic and Chairperson.
Joan Richardson, 4th District. I am a RSI Commissioner, and I was appointed by Mayor Buds.
Okay, all right.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Good evening, Cheryl Shaw Williams, Planning and Zoning Commissioner.
All right.
Lois Hale, Parking and Traffic. Hello, Anya Christensen, Arts Commission, and I was appointed by Councilwoman Faulk.
Christopher Beck, Parks and Recs Commission.
And Anya is our newest commissioner that was appointed to the Arts Commission. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have an interest in being appointed to an arts commission, to a commission or board, please let me know. Reach out to my office. It's always good to have names of our residents that are engaged and active, that show interest and also be an appointment. So just let me know, and I will keep you in mind when those opportunities come up. Yes. Sure, of course. The mayor wants to say one more thing. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, so real quick, most of our department heads come up through the ranks internally. Tony Almos, he came from Pasadena. Now, think about that. Somebody leaving Pasadena to come to Inglewood. Between that and when they give the weather report, they say it's 78 degrees in Inglewood. It don't get no better than that. Don't get no better than that. So I have a little quiz. Who knows what February 14th was? Okay. Who knows what February 16th was? Ooh, there's a winner right there. Now, who knows what February 11th was? That's Councilwoman Faulk's birthday. She was 27. So we have a little presentation for her, and we're going to sing happy birthday to her. So let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Breon. Happy birthday to you. All right.
That is so sweet. Thank you, guys. I did not realize y'all were doing that. I am 21 this year. All right. I also want to acknowledge some special folks that joined us. One, I see some carpenters in the house. There you go. And then also I see some organization Jack and Jill members in the house. See the president, Michelle Banks-Armour, there she is. I see some Renaissance folks in the house. Where we at, Renaissance? Okay. Am I missing anybody? Okay. Well, of course, everybody, but I'm saying like the organizations. Okay, so with that, I think that will do it. And so we're going to really quickly, I'm going to make some quick announcements about some of the events that's happening for 2026. So hopefully you see the screen here, and I'm going to run through these items really quickly. For 2026, of course, we have today on the calendar the town hall, and then we also have for the April 25th, we have our financial literacy program that will be happening in District 4, and I am partnering with one of the organizations, and I believe that will happen with Jack and Jill and Arm Church. So stay tuned for that. Come on out and see us. We have our Women Rock Empowerment Summit. Women, where you at? This is our 5th year. So City Clerk and I do that together. And so we enjoy doing that together. So this is going to be our 5th year. So I'm really excited. And we're going to make that even bigger and better than it usually is. And then we have our Independence Music Festival that's happening on the 4th of July. Who's going to be here on the 4th of July? Okay, put that date down. You got it. You don't want to miss it. It's going down. It's going down. And then we have our back to school backpack event on August 8th. And then our Let's Get Healthy dance class in August. Who's joined me for that? That is so much fun. Make sure you come out and join me for that. We take over the parking lot and we have a great time. We'll have another town hall in September, and then we will have our Winter Wonderland. And we're going to change it up this year, you guys. I think we're going to change it up. I think we might have it the weekend of Thanksgiving. I know that weekend going into the holidays, so be ready, but it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. I think we might change it up. And then we have our Darby Dixon toy drive. So, and I want you all to know that this weekend on Saturday, we have our Black History Celebration. That is happening this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You don't want to miss it. It is going to be amazing. Downtown Inglewood on Market Street. We are going to have live entertainment, arts, crafts, children pavilion, health screening, food court, vendor booths, arts, exhibits, and much, much more. So make sure that you join us for that. Let's see. I think that is good for now. I am going to bring up our first presentation, and our presenter is Chief Mark Fronterata. He is our Chief of Police, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate him. We recently have had an issue, and when I tell you, I called him, I let him know that I'm really concerned about something, and he jumped on it, he handled it, and then I followed up with some of the stakeholders in the community that had that issue, that concern, and they said that he made sure that issue was resolved. And so he is doing such a great job with our public safety in this community, keeping us safe, making sure that our streets are safe. And is it perfect? No, not perfect, but guess what? He is on top of it and doing the best that he can do, just like in any other city. So I really put a lot of trust and support and effort into everything that he does here in the city, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And while he's here, I do want to acknowledge Cinder Eller. She works a lot with our homeless folks in District 4, and she has just been amazing to help me stay organized with our homeless folks. So thank you so much, Cinder, for all that you do. So with that said, Chief, I'm handing it over. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Okay.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Isn't she great? You have a great councilwoman in your district. And like she was saying, I love talking to her because she's not afraid to call me in the middle of the night on your behalf, and I answer the phone every time she calls. And so that's what we do. So I wanted to go over a couple things, but she just mentioned somebody, Cinder Eller in the back there. One of the things that I created when I became your chief was what we call an IMET team, Inglewood Mental Evaluation Team. And that's one of the first ones in LA County, and we brought that here to our city. And clearly, and I really commend people like Cinder and all the other staff that work with them. We have Officer Mosley in there. I don't know if any of you know him. But just great work dealing with these individuals that unfortunately are, have trouble finding their way. That's the way I like to put it. It's not their fault. They're mentally ill, and we do the best that we can to help them, find resources for them, work with families, and certainly Cinder Eller in that unit. We have mental health individuals embedded with us in the police department so that we can really do all that we can to help these individuals. And I know that it's kind of a two-way issue there. Sometimes they can become an issue on our streets. I get that. But we try to work with them. They are human beings, and we got to try to find a way to help them the best we can. So I'm really, that's one of the things I'll always take away in my career. The mayor spoke about 16 years as mayor, I believe. I was getting ready to retire 14 years ago. I've been your chief for 14 years now. I'm the longest standing chief in LA County, senior chief, and in the department's modern era. And he asked me to stick around as acting chief, and I did at the time. And here I am 14 years later, he won't let me go. But I'm happy to do this. I love it, and I love this community. I've been born and raised here professionally. I've spent my entire career here. This will be my 45th year in law enforcement, all with Inglewood PD. The other thing that we do is we assign to the councilwoman into the district a lieutenant, so that sometimes I'm in a lot of meetings and things like that, especially all the things that are going on in the, well, first of all, let's just start with this past weekend with the NBA All-Star game here. It was really an action-packed weekend in your district at the Intuit Dome. And yeah, it brings a lot of traffic, but it also brings a lot of revenue and good exposure to the city on a national and worldwide basis. But I assign a lieutenant, and that's a newly promoted lieutenant right here. If you could step up a little bit, Landon Poirier. So this is so that you can reach out to. I'm going to put some numbers up on the slides I have in a little bit here, but that can be reached out to them. Certainly, the councilwoman can directly if I'm not available. Although she's not afraid to call me, like I said, and I always answer my phone. So that was some of the things I wanted to lay out. He's just been. How long have you been promoted now? I always say you got to dull those bars a little bit on his call there because they're a little shiny. But anyway, so we're going to get a little bit of the, if we go to the first slide, I have it right here. Are we there? Yeah, so that's just what we call, when I talk about crime, and I talk about crime stats, I'm always a little bit hesitant because as far as I'm concerned, I think everybody would agree, one crime is one too many, right? However, overall, in particular, violent crime is down in your district and this city overall. So those are, that's a good thing, but like I always say, one crime is one too many. So that's a site that we use. You can go on it on your laptops at home or your computers, and you can enter that, and that will give you any information you're looking for, in particular, say your street or your home address or in that general area, and that will help you identify things that you want to know about. And of course, if you have further questions, you can call the lieutenant in your district or certainly the councilwoman, then she will contact me and we'll get a response back to you. So I just wanted to put that out there. If we go to the next slide. So is this regarding street takeovers? I don't have my handout in front of me. Yeah, so I think, unfortunately, we probably all remember those, right? The good news is we haven't had a lot of everybody knows what I'm talking about, street takeover. The cars come in and they take over an intersection and they do all that silliness out there. I just wanted to explain that a little bit because sometimes I'll get this question a lot when I talk to citizens. Why don't we go right in and then just, try to arrest people and all this kind of stuff? We have to be real careful with these things. We want to go in a unified fashion for safety reasons. These people can get a little bit aggressive with us, vehicles and all that sort of thing. So a lot of times what we do is we go back and we look at license plates that we pick up off our cameras. And we have a lot of cameras in this city and we're expanding those, which is to everyone's benefit. And then we go what we call by via complaint. And we can go back and issue citations or even impound vehicles if need to be. We'll try to make a couple of arrests that moment in time, but it really has to be done in an organized fashion so that nobody gets hurt, including the officers as well as the people that are out there. A lot of them, for whatever reason, they want to come and watch this stuff, and it really doesn't. It's really unfortunate, but it's really a national problem. It's not just unique to Inglewood. It's statewide and national. So I just wanted to, explain that to you. Sometimes you'll see the officers kind of gathering up before they go in, and that's the reason for that. They have to go in a unified, safe fashion and deal with the problem at that time. And again, we'll go back at a later time and what we call via complaint and issue citations and impound vehicles if need be. We also work with our CHP partners on this a lot too. They're a good partner in this endeavor, and we've done a lot of good things with them. So I want to give them a shout out as well, and a big help. Actually, I think you've seen some of the CHP officers coming through the city at times on some task forces. Yeah, part of what they call saturation patrols. I know this Southern Division CH commander is a very good friend of mine, so I asked him whenever he can send those resources over here, send them, we'll take them. So the only thing, as I said, just make sure everybody, pays attention to stop signs and all that kind of stuff, especially when you see a lot of those vehicles patrolling the neighborhood. And the next slide. What is this one? Oh, yeah. I would be remiss if I was in front of citizens. I'm sure it's being recorded too, right? Yeah. If I didn't talk about recruitment. And I love hiring, citizens from the city of Inglewood. So if you have family members, loved ones, friends that are interested, we're hiring in all departments in the department, in the PD. So with civilian staff as well as sworn staff. And like I say, if I get people that put in applications that are citizens in this community, I put that right at the top of the pile, and then we put them on a fast track. So if you know anybody out there, you can go on our website. It's a great profession. It's a noble profession, and we would love to have you. Like I say, I really love hiring Inglewood residents, and anyone else for that matter. But like I say, if you have anybody, please, go on our website and have them fill out the information, and then we'll get back to them, or someone will reach out to them. And what do we have here? What is it? Oh, so here's our phone numbers. Oh, there we are over there. I didn't see it. Yeah, so we have all our phone numbers if you want to write them down, or just take a picture of this slide. If you need our services. Clearly, if you need our services in an emergency, 911 is the call, but we ask you to use that only for emergencies. We have other lines if you're dealing with a different situation. It's not that urgent, but still needs a police response. It's up there, 412-877-1310. And then there's some other phone numbers on there that will be helpful to you if you need them. And then that's it. So I just wanted to talk about those things. Certainly, you can reach out to my office anytime. Certainly through the councilwoman, if anybody likes. And and I can certainly answer any questions. That was going to be my last.
All righty. So we wanted to allow our community members to ask some questions at this time, if there are any. So we have our microphone. Oh, our microphone is right here. So we're going to go ahead and allow an opportunity to ask some questions right now before we move into our next presentation. Is there any questions? Yes. And while she's making her way to the microphone, I want to remind some of our residents that just joined us that there are some refreshments over to the right side of. There's beverages and a charcuterie board for you to enjoy. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Chief and Councilwoman. Thank you for allowing me to answer this question. I went down to the department because I was getting frequent Amazon packages and random mail sent to me. It was like a trick of some sort. It was to an unknown person, but it kept coming to my house. And I wasn't sure if they were watching me take in the packages. I reported to Amazon. They say don't do anything. Then it started coming from the post office. Long story short, I went down to the station to file a report because I am concerned about stalking. I don't know who's watching me, who knows my address. But they were just like, I don't know, maybe take it up with the post office. But I still think it's a safety issue because someone has my address. So what's the number, or who should I speak to?
Well, no, what I'll do is I'll have the lieutenant take down your information, and then we'll get back to you on that.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Good evening, Chief and Councilwoman Faulk. Thank you so much for allowing me to ask a question. So I've been living in Inglewood for going on probably 25, 30 years or more. And of course, it was here before we had this amazing stadium and all these wonderful things that are going on in Inglewood now. But the challenges that come along with that have been people that don't live in the area that are kind of coming to these events and they're causing, let's just say, a little bit of traffic in the area. And then people are loitering around the area. I happen to live in Carlton Square. And they want to come and stand there. They're waiting on Ubers. They're kind of in our neighborhood. And, you know, one of the reasons why we're paying, you know, to stay in these areas, in these gated communities, is that we don't want people just kind of hanging around and loitering around. And the traffic has been a real big concern as well. So is there anything or anywhere or where we can try to get some type of, I'm not even sure what exactly is needed. I don't know if it's, you know, just the presence, the presence of, you know, maybe officers in the area so people don't loiter. I mean, I'm not sure what the answers are, but I know this has been going on since we've had all these wonderful, amazing things happening in Inglewood, and it just continues to keep growing, but the space is still very limited in this small 1 mile radius that we have going on right here. So you know, I'm sure, you know, a lot of people are probably concerned about the traffic as well.
Yeah,
So,
you know, as far as people loitering, I mean, certainly,
Yes.
Now, you talking about this is long after an event or something like that, or?
I'm talking about before events, after events. I've had to call because people were outside honking. They were literally honking the horn for right in front of Carlton Square's security gate. They were honking their horn for about 2 or 3 hours straight. And I happen to live right by the gate there.
Yeah.
And I called the police, and I think somebody came out. I was trying to look out, but then I was also concerned about my safety because anybody who lives in the area is not going to be sitting there honking the horn for hours at a time.
Well, again, I would say under those circumstances, yes, definitely call us and we'll respond to that. Yeah, it's quite a long time for someone to be laying on their horn.
Absolutely.
I would agree with that. So yeah, we'll definitely. I mean, if you have stuff like that, just call us. That number was up there, that 877.
The non-emergency number.
Correct.
Yeah, I took a picture of everything.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else we can do about the loitering and the traffic?
Well, again, the loitering, depending on what it is, give us a call and we'll definitely look into that. Traffic is, you know, what I'm going to say is you're bringing in tens of thousands of people into a venue. They're there for a game or whatever, a concert. And then, of course, that's over, and then they leave. What I can tell you is, I know it's hard to accept, but, you know, we get out tens of thousands of vehicles in about an hour and 15, 20 minutes. You go to the Rose Bowl, you can look at probably 2 to 3 hours to get out of there or in. So the fact of the matter is you have this economic engine, i.e. these venues and sports, and they attract all these people. There is going to be a certain amount of traffic. And the roads are only so big, and you're funneling in, again, tens of thousands of people.
Yeah, and see, here's the challenge that I had. For the Super Bowl, the last time it was in Los Angeles, which wasn't that long ago, and I'm not sure why it's back, but here we are again in 2027. I had to get out of my vehicle to ask someone to let me get over so I can get inside of my complex. I had to get out of my vehicle. They would not let me get over to get into my complex because there was just so much traffic and people were thinking I was trying to get in front of them. And I said, excuse me, I live right here. Can you please let me get over? And I had to get out of my vehicle to do that. And then I went and purchased an e-bike, so in case of an emergency management people, in case of emergency, if I had to get out of my complex, I wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, I don't have a helicopter, so I went and bought a little e-bike, so in case of emergency, I could get somewhere to get safe.
Yeah, so my understanding is there's supposed to be a card for that will get you through. There may have been some challenges on that first Super Bowl. It was a new system, I believe, or we had just created it. I'm pretty certain it's been refined and improved.
Can you tell me where I can get the card? Because I don't have one.
Yes, that's going to be through, I know we have parking enforcement here, but if we take your information, we'll get you that directly where you need to go.
Okay, we'll
and
do.
streamline that for you.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
All right, you bet.
Thank you for your comment.
Good evening, Council Lady Faulk and Chief of Inglewood.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Last time I was here, I attended the town hall, I had a chief complaint about 104th and Crenshaw. Racing down the hill, not stopping at the stop signs. So last week I was hemmed in for 5 minutes. I couldn't even get out because none of them stopped at the stop signs. So I backed up my car and went to 108th, and I'd be doggone if they weren't running stop signs. So sometimes I feel like I'm just hemmed in on the block. But last week, I almost had a massive heart attack. Car coming down the street speeding on 104th going east, doing about 80 miles an hour. So when he hit the bottom, he went out of control and he was coming at me sideways. I had to jump up on the curb, almost hit the lady's brick fence to save my life. This speeding through 104th and not stopping at the stop sign has to stop. Now, Council Lady Faulk, you did assign go into Inglewood PD, and there were PDs there, and everyone stopped. This was wonderful for a whole month, and then after they realized no one's sitting up top of that hill, they just started running the stop sign again. So can you put some patrols out? The peak hours are 3 o'clock and like 8 o'clock taking their kids to school. They got kids in the car and they're running the stop sign. And 3 o'clock is another peak hour, between 3 and 4.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll take care of that. We'll put some offices out there. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your comment.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Cody Haley. I serve as the Teen Legislative Chair for the previously mentioned Inglewood chapter of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated. I'm here tonight to speak on behalf of the youth. We have two concerns. First concern is some youth shared worries about immigration enforcement, inactivity, and the fear and confusion it can create for families. And they want more education and transparency so young people understand what is happening and how their families can stay informed. And our second concern is many youth are concerned about homelessness. One of our respondents simply said, everyone should have somewhere to live. We hope to see continued focus in affordable housing and solutions that support people in need. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. So the second part I'll take first. You know, like I said, we work with a number of homeless outreach programs, and you know, IMET that we have embedded with us. And the sad truth is, though, when some of these people refuse services, like the councilwoman called me for an individual that was camped out, we contacted that individual, and she simply refused any services. Now, we moved her along, but she refused services. So we can't force people to accept the services that we offer. We do our best to help them, but unfortunately, that's all we can do in that regard. As far as immigration, I would say, you know, there's a lot of information out there, but I would go to some of the government sites, and you know, whether it's in the state or both state and federal, I think you should read everything, and you know where we're at in that regard.
Thank you.
Okay.
Really quickly,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Really quickly, Mr. Cody Haley. I will tell you that I do appreciate the questions, and I do acknowledge the fact that our teens are concerned about that. I think that that's very important. And for me, those issues have been raised at the city council meeting, and I just feel that it's horrible what's happening. We all see the images that's happening on TV, what's happening to our sisters and brothers that are citizens, but then the ones that are here trying to become citizens, right? And so we don't like the treatment. We don't like the treatment of what's happening to our citizens and even our non-citizens. So for me, I feel like the best way to combat what's happening is to vote. So please vote. That's the only way you're going to make change. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Leslie Smith. I live in District 4, and I wanted to give a suggestion for the First Lady who spoke that it may be for parking enforcement, I'm not sure, but if we could get some loitering signs that require a fine if you're caught loitering when the traffic is inundated in our area. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, to look more into that loitering issue, give us a call when that's happening, and so that we can further explore that and see exactly what you all are talking about. Okay, and then we can make suggestions or enforcement action from there.
Good evening. My name is Karen Boyd, and I have a problem, and it's been bugging me for at least 10 years, and it's just getting, I don't have the patience anymore. I live on Hudspeth and the corner of Hudspeth and Spinning, and there is Century Park Elementary School over there, which is not an Inglewood District School, which is an LA District School. They double park, triple park, and you cannot get down the street. They sit there and they just stand. They don't do anything. Can we get some enforcement when that school gets out, because you cannot drive through? If there's an emergency, my mother lives off 108th. I cannot get to her. I have to go down Van Ness or go another route, because those parents do not move. They get out their car, they go pick up little Johnny, little Mary, and they don't care about nobody else but they little Johnnies and they little Marys. So can we get like somebody just to sit there, because I know if I was doing it and I see somebody and I'm law enforcement, I'm not gonna sit there and get a ticket.
Yes, we can. It's primarily saying at pickup time?
The pickup time is usually the worst when they get.
In the morning?
Oh,
Okay.
in the morning too?
Okay. Yeah, like on some of these issues that are brought up, the lieutenant has taken notes, and we'll definitely put some enforcement officers there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll look through the whole thing in LA Unified School District as well.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Please give Chief a round of applause. Thank you so much. We are going to transition to our next presentation, but before we do, we have a giveaway. So I want to bring up some of our city staff. Go ahead and introduce yourselves really quickly.
Hello, my name is Dr. Crystal McGlover, and I'm the Emergency Management for the Department of Emergency Management and Protective Services.
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy Lozano and I'm the Emergency Preparedness Coordinator here at the City of Inglewood Office of Emergency Management and Department of Protective Services. Thank you.
All right. So, really quickly, while City Clerk Aisha Thompson is making her way up here for our next presentation, we are going to give away an emergency management backpack, and they have a question that they want to ask, and whoever answers it correctly wins this very good emergency management backpack that we give away at our events. So I'm going to turn it over to them really quickly.
Alrighty guys, are you guys ready to win this backpack? Yeah, awesome. So I have two questions for you. Does anyone know what fault line Inglewood sits on? Raise your hand if you know it. No, not San Andreas, that's a hint. Hint, it's not San Andreas.
Yes? Yes. Yeah, you're close. The Newport Inglewood fault line. Yes. And then,
yes. And then
also, what are the 3 steps you're supposed to take when an earthquake happens? What? Wait.
Oh, they're gonna.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yes?
Stop, drop, and take cover.
Stop.
Drop and take cover.
No. No, that's fire. Pink sweater?
under something.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and we have a. No. We're close. Do we have any other hands raised? Okay, you can give him the first one. See, he mentioned the fault. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is number one is drop. Can everyone say drop? Drop. Cover. And hold on. Drop, cover, and hold on. Oh, she did? Okay. She did say that. Yeah, we'll give you one, okay? Sorry, I didn't hear you. So, can I just tell them? So what our department does, we plan, prepare, and respond to emergencies that happen within our city. We want to make sure that our residents are safe when an earthquake happens or anything happens. We also have, information for you guys that we can provide for emergencies. We're located on the 5th floor of City Hall, Office of Emergency Management, and Amy will provide information about following us on Ready Inglewood and then signing up for emergency alerts.
Okay, everyone. So we want to suggest you guys to follow at Ready Inglewood on social media. We're posting updates. For example, the rain we had this weekend. We were posting updates on that as well as anything going on in the city. So again, our social media handle is Ready Inglewood. And second, we want to talk about Inglewood alerts through South Bay Alert. So what it is we collaborate with 14 South Bay cities and we push out emergency notifications. So to sign up, text Ingle Alerts, INGLE Alerts at 888-777. And we send out alerts, for example, during the Nike Marathon, we sent some traffic alerts out for that. And we're getting the World Cup and the Olympics coming to town, so definitely we'll have more things pop up for us. If you guys need information on that, we have our booth outside. We also have whistles for you and pens and other stuff like that. Alrighty, thank you.
And they're going to be back with one more question after the next presentation, so be ready. All right, so with that said, we're bringing up the lovely city clerk, Aisha Thompson. You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. I am excited to be here tonight. No, I'm just playing. Well, today is my son's birthday. He turned 12, so that's all I'm saying. I'm just excited to be here. I got the chance to spend some time with my son today, and just be thankful for life. That's the thing. Be thankful for life. Well, as the councilwoman mentioned, my name is Aisha L. Thompson. I'm your Inglewood city clerk, and I've been doing this a long time, y'all. And I told y'all last year that I was 21. I turned 22 yesterday, okay? But I've been doing this a long time. It's been about 22 years that I've been serving the residents of Inglewood in the city clerk's office, and it just gets better and better each year. And I want to just discuss our upcoming elections, besides claims and the public records requests that we do in my office. The elections are very important, and you heard our councilwoman say previously, it's important to vote. That's the only way that we make change, and that's the only way that difference and new things, new beginnings come about, is when we exercise our rights to vote. And so my office really is very instrumental in all the elections here in the city of Inglewood, including your Inglewood Unified School District. Now, I don't control what they doing over there, so don't beat me up. But I do control the elections when it comes to who we are electing, okay? And so let me just start off by saying June 2nd of this year, we do have a special election. The special election consists of the fireworks initiative. And so I want you all to be very cognizant of what we're doing. Again, reading is fundamental. And I do a lot of that every day. I read and sign, read and sign. And so I want you all to be very sure and clear about our special election. It is about the fireworks initiative. I can't tell you how to vote. I can just say vote, okay? If you want fireworks in the city, you'll vote yes. If you don't want fireworks in the city, you'll vote no. That's what I can tell you. However, if you want any information on it, my office is available to answer any questions that you may have. Moving forward, I'm going to call for our election next month for the November election. I will be calling for our mayor's election, the council seat District 1, 2, and our elections for the Inglewood Unified School District, and those are the trustee areas 1, 2, and 3. And so again, I have not yet called it. I plan to call for that election next month. But if you have any questions, again, you can feel free to give my office a call. That is a normal election. It's a regular election being held November the 3rd. If you have any other questions, again, my office is right on the first floor. City Clerk's office is on the first floor, right across from your finance department. My telephone number is 310-412-5280. I have an open door policy. You can just come into my office and say, I want to see the city clerk, and you come on in and see me. We can talk. Not a problem. I would love to talk to everyone. You can come and see me without any hesitations. My deputy is here with me as well. Destiny Picasso is here in the back. If you have any questions, she can answer those as well. But other than that, Councilwoman, thank you so much, and looking forward to a great election, June and November. Yes.
The locations,
So the locations have not yet been given out yet for the election.
Okay.
The county is working on that, but we'll have that next month. And again, you can contact my office. Again, the drop box though are always available. You know, those drop boxes, they are for real. So don't think that you can't use them. They are utilized. They're picked up every day during the election time, especially during our 11-day election period. The county is very good at going around our city every day after 8 o'clock at night and picking up the ballots that are left in those drop boxes. So those drop boxes are great and a great asset to use.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am, my pleasure.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now we know we have an election in June, right? Everybody ready? We have work to do. District 4, we have work to do. So before we go into our next presentation, we have one of our council members that was able to join us, Councilman Alice Padilla, District 2. And I told him, I said, man, I feel bad. I should have went to church today. And I've noticed some of the other residents. And I was like, man, I feel bad. I should have been there too. So, you know, I was there with you in spirit. But yes, I'm going to bring him up and have him say a few words. Thank you so much for joining us, Councilman.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, my apologies, but church comes first, and the Lord comes first, always and forever. But it is truly a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you tonight to celebrate all the good things that we're doing here in the beautiful city of Inglewood, and also to recognize all the hard work that your Councilwoman Dionne Faulk is doing to represent you in District Number 4. And it's very important that we all understand how much, we all work together as a team. But, we got to try to push each district to get the funding and the resources that we need. But I'm very fortunate to be a part of a team that works together, that we don't build any fiefdoms. It's all about each and every one of you. It's about moving the city of Inglewood forward so that we can continue to be the city of champions. And I want to thank everybody for coming out last Saturday to a Taste of Inglewood to celebrate all the vendors, the businesses, the delicious food that we have here in the city of Inglewood, but most importantly, the fellowship, right? The families that come out to celebrate the city of Inglewood. And we're going to continue that celebration this coming Saturday for Black History Month on Market Street, kicking off at 11, and we'll be on the stage at 1 o'clock to do our introductions. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you. People say, hey, how are we going to do this, with all these things going on? in society and all the ICE issues and stuff. But you know what? We're not going to let that get in our way. We're going to continue to be Inglewood, be a city of champions, be a city that works together as a team and as a family to support each other. We wouldn't be the city that we are if it wasn't for the support that we have from each and every one of you, from our residents, our business owners, to come out and say, you know what? I want to support all the amazing things that are happening here in the city of Inglewood, and I want to be a part of success. And we are very grateful and thankful. We do not take that for granted. So I just want to close and say thank you, muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much for your continued support. May God bless you, and let's enjoy this evening. Again, Councilwoman Faulk, keep doing the amazing work you do. God bless each and every one of you. Take care.
All right, good. Thank you. All right, thank you so much, Councilman Padilla. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for coming out. Okay, next up, we have our Public Works Director, Tony Olmos. You did hear from him earlier, but now he's going to give a presentation on what's happening. And as you know, I've been a busy bee in District 4, busy bee. And some of y'all have called me up and said, Councilwoman, when is this street going to be done? When is Crenshaw Boulevard going to be done? Oh, somebody said, yes, Lord. Okay. All right now. No, here you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Councilwoman, for the invitation. Good evening, District 4. So thank you for having me once again. And just as a reminder for those of you that don't know me, let me just tell you about what I'm responsible for in the Department of Public Works. So basically everything within the street, from one side to the other side, from one sidewalk to the other sidewalk, all the streets, the lights, the utilities, the pavement, all that is under my responsibility. And we work really closely with our Parks Department that's in charge of the trees. So if there's any requests that you have regarding any of those things, feel free to call my department and we'll get right on it and we'll address any of those issues, especially if there are safety issues. So with that, what I want to do tonight is just give you an update on some of the most significant projects that we're working on right now. And of course, like the Councilwoman said, Crenshaw is going to be top of the list. So I'll give you an update on that. And then at the end, I want to also talk to you about what we're doing in terms of preparing for the World Cup. As you know, that's coming to us really quickly here. That's going to be here in June, as soon as we know, as quickly as we know it. And there's a lot of preparation that we're doing. So I want to give you some highlights in terms of what we're doing with that. So with that, Crenshaw, first I just want to thank you for your patience. I know it's been brutal. and believe me, we work with our contractor to try to minimize as much as we can. But you can't improve a street like this one and invest, this much money into a street and not have to affect the traffic, because we have to do the street, we have to make the improvements on the street. So as you can see on the list there, we pretty much rebuilt the whole thing. All the sidewalks, driveways, wheelchair ramps, we replaced the signals, the signs. And one thing that you don't see right now is the final striping, because that's still what's left to be done. We're just waiting for the weather to clear. When the striping is on there, it's like putting the finishing touches on a masterpiece. So you'll see it, it's gonna pop, it's gonna look brand new, and it drives really well. At the request of Councilwoman Faulk, we actually even redid the concrete on the outside because it's very bumpy. And now we have new asphalt on there, and if you drive it, you know that it's very, very smooth. So thank you, Councilwoman, for that suggestion. It was great. So we are looking to finish this by the first weeks of March. And I'm working with the Councilwoman's office to see if we're gonna have a ribbon cutting or some kind of celebration, because it's been a journey and it's worth celebrating it, since it's such a big milestone and accomplishment for the city. A lot of cities don't spend $17 million on a rehabilitation of a street, I can tell you that much. So now what's next on Crenshaw? Outside of this district, we're gonna go north. So now we're gonna go from Century to 79th, which is the northerly city boundary of the city. We're gonna do a lot of the same kind of thing. There's not as many medians down there until you get past Manchester, but we're still gonna replace the sidewalks, the driveways, we're gonna do the landscaping, we're gonna do the pavement just the same way we did on this one. And yes, there will be some more traffic impacts for that side of town. But once we're done, that's going to be another $15 or so million investment that's going to basically set up Crenshaw for the next 25 years. So we're really looking forward to that one. That one is, we're looking to finish the design here later on this year, get the bids, get it award of contract, and we want to start it obviously after the World Cup. So we're looking to start clean right after the new year. And then we'll go in through 27, and then it'll be done before the Olympics come in 28. So by the time Olympics come in, the whole street on Crenshaw is going to be completely done. So next slide. So we just have a couple others that I've reported on before, and just to let you know that we're reaching completion on those. One of them is a well project that we constructed on 104th Street. And really the purpose of new wells is to get us to have use more groundwater. We had to go and raise some rates recently, so sorry for that. But it was because the cost of the water service has gone up. But one of the things that we're trying to do is also rebuild some of our wells. So we're looking to invest more into wells so that if we can use more groundwater, then that'll stabilize your rates over the long run. So that's really what we're working on for the city here, is to try to make sure that we do what we can, rebuild our wells, make sure we use more groundwater so that we're able to, stabilize these costs so that we don't have to increase in the future as much. And the last one on this slide, we're also looking to replace signals at several intersections, as you can see there at Yukon. So this is what we call the Intelligent Transportation System project. Next one. And I know you're going to get excited about this one. I shared it last time. It's the first last mile. So we have a grant that allows us to improve mobility around transit stations. If they're located within a mile from a train station. And we're looking to make a lot of improvements to some of the ramps that we have, make them accessible for ADA, making little bulb outs at some of the intersections so that it's safer to cross, because now you have a shorter distance in between the crosswalks. And we're also looking to do new landscaping along Imperial. It's a beautification. Yes. So I'll show you a slide right now where it kind of shows a little bit of some colors in terms of how it's going to look like. So the limits of the landscaping, and we're going to redo the medians there too, and then with landscaping trees on the parkways and the medians, that's between Limeli and Casimir. And if you go to the next slide. So we're finishing the design on this one right now. We're looking to go out to bid and start construction in the middle of this year. And it's hard to see from there, but as you can tell, it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of trees that we're looking to plant. We're going to take out the ones that are there. They're not just because they're older, but they're just not in very good shape. So we're looking to just get a clean slate and replace them with all these new trees, new landscaping. So that's going to really soften up this entire area. And we're going to invest quite a bit of money there. So little by little, what we want to do, and I know Councilmember Faulk has been a champion of this, is we want to beautify the city as much as we can, and make sure that the city is reflective of where the city is now as an international location where people know where it is. So the last thing, as I said, was just to tell you a little bit about what we're doing to plan for the World Cup. Major international event coming. 8 matches here starting on June 12th with the first match of USA versus Paraguay. And we've been meeting with FIFA every 2 weeks with their representatives and talking about traffic and how we're going to manage that. We're working with Metro, because Metro's going to come in with their plan on how they're going to bus all these people in and where the bus is going to park and all that. And let me just tell you, when we meet with them, we're keeping your interests in mind. We know how difficult it is when there's so many people who are going to come in. So we do our best to try to make sure that we try to minimize the impacts as much as we can. We know there's going to be a lot of people here, but what we're doing right now, we're developing the traffic management plan. And once we do that, then we're going to make it available so that you're able to see what we're going to do, and we can share that. So. Okay. Yeah, so I'll work with our staff to get something out there. Right now the traffic management plan has not been developed yet. because we're still waiting with FIFA regarding the security, on how much security they're gonna require around the stadium. So once, whatever information we have, we'll make it available so that we're able to provide that. Yeah, so that pretty much concludes, and I think at this point, yes.
I think what my neighbor is referring to, we used to get emails on the traffic, and I don't see those emails anymore, so that would be great if we could get that back. And then the other, when we have like Golden State Water or someone working in the area, we need that notification, because sometimes I wake up in the morning and I can't get out.
Okay.
So we need
Sure.
those notifications back.
I'll look into that. What we did before, make sure that we do it again. Yes.
Quick question, and thank you so much for your presentation. Resident, 44 years in the city of Inglewood, and I noticed that a lot of the curbs are starting to crumble, and the red no parking painting is pink or salmon colored. And this is a big problem because people are parking, double parking, triple parking, parking in the red, and when you get ready to try to make a right or a left-hand turn, that area should be clear. You cannot see traffic. I'm on Myrtle. It's a big issue. I get a lot of traffic. So do we contact you directly? Do we write a letter? Send a pigeon? What do you want?
Yeah. So, yes, all of the above. But I do have my cards. So as soon as I'm done, you can take my card and just contact me, and we'll look at that.
Will do.
One question, since now all of the lights, cameras have been up, especially on Crenshaw, what is the minimum of the lights, the traffic lights? Because they're not in sync. I mean, you're sitting at one intersection for over 5 minutes, where another one has already had 2 lights. So what's the process, and what is the duration for these lights to be in sync?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So what we have on these corridors, we have these, they call them traffic loop detectors. They're the ones that go on the ground. So what they'll do is that the contractor will cut them and put some little wires in the ground. Those aren't in yet. So as soon as we put those in, then they're gonna get programmed into the signal, and then that's gonna help with the lights to put them back the way they used to, where they're synchronized and all that. So yeah, that's coming. Yeah. Yeah, I just talked to the contractor last week, so they're finishing those up. Yes, thank you.
Hi, just a quick thing. You're redoing all the lines right now on the ground on Crenshaw. Could you also, while you're at it, redo the ones at the intersection of Century and Crenshaw? Because people just don't stay in their lines, and they keep they don't follow because the lines are not very noticeable, and it is dangerous. I go there daily, and it is bad.
I know which one you're talking about. We'll look at that one again. Thank you. So if anybody wants one of my cards, I'll be around, and thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you.
All right, thank you so much. That was wonderful. We are going to keep rolling, but before we do, we have another giveaway. Where's my emergency management team? Really quickly. I think we have one more backpack. And then I think I might have wrestled up a couple more really good City Inglewood giveaways. I think so. Okay, so emergency management. I know you guys have a good question this time. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready for the question? Everybody ready? Here we go.
So so we do have one backpack left for today, but we are going to be at the Black History Month celebration on Saturday, so please stop by at our booth and we'll be raffling some stuff out there. I also wanted to talk about February 28th. We have the Red Cross coming to Inglewood. They're actually going to be doing free alarm installations, so free smoke alarm installations. I know those run a little pretty pennies when they have to be replaced, so it's absolutely free. They will come to your house, install it. If you guys are out of town on February 28th, no worries, they can come back and do that for you. So if you guys are interested, go to redcross.org/LA Homefire. Again, for a free smoke alarm, go to redcross.org/homefire. If you have any questions, just let me know. And then we're also working on some preparedness workshops for our residents. So our tentative dates for that is going to be March 5th at the Veterans Memorial Building, and Thursday, May 7th at Rogers Park. And these are going to be 6 to 7. So please come join us, and then we'll talk about preparedness together, and we'll get some backpacks together for you. So please follow us again on our Instagram, our social media. We're on Facebook, X. Again, it is Ready Inglewood. Again, please follow us on Ready Inglewood, and we'll make sure to post those flyers. And we also have the information on the free smoke alarms. Thank you, guys. Yes? Yes? The cost of the backpack? Oh, for preparedness backpacks? No. So what we're going to do now is raffle off this backpack, but we want to make sure that you guys know how to prepare in advance for an earthquake or anything that happens. First, you're supposed to have a plan. You're supposed to get involved, stay informed, and make a kit. Do any of you know what a kit is and what you're supposed to put in a kit? If you raise your hand and tell me the first 3 items that you think is in this bag, you will get this bag. Go to the mic, Kristen. Okay. The lady on the 4th row, you saw your hand? Dry food. Okay. What? Cheat. No, you can't. And a flashlight. Yes. Yes, so flashlight, first aid kit. Congratulations. Yeah. If you want to learn more things about what to put in your backpack, it's easy to make. You can make it, go to a regular grocery store or a store like that, and you can make an emergency backpack with small little items starting off at first. But if you want information about how to build a kit, how to stay prepared, feel free to reach out to us, and we can even help you make one. Thank you. Let's give it up. All right. We might have some other cool items. Don't go anywhere. But before we get to that, we have a really good presentation coming up. Code enforcement. You guys know what that is? All right, here we go. Ingie, right? Ingie. All right, here we go. Lee is coming up. Thank you so much for being here. And he is going to give you a great presentation. So, thank you so much.
Lee is going to try to give you a great presentation. Good evening. So, my name is Lee. I'm currently acting as a code enforcement manager. What I want to talk about is about 2 special programs that we're going to unveil and roll out pretty soon. We decided to take a more proactive approach instead of being reactive. Currently, our division is, we go to the second slide. We currently were reconstructed into the Housing Services Department. Code enforcement now is going to be commercial and residential. Ideally, it was, at the beginning, it was all at once, right? We took commercial, residential, it was one shop. So in order to provide better customer service, to put a face to you guys, your current officers, we're having to split that. So now it's going to be a residential team that's going to take a proactive approach for all rental property. And then we're going to have a commercial team that's going to be dealing with the businesses, having a softer approach with things. All right. So the current rental housing inspection program, right, It's going to be a proactive program where we're going to have triennial inspections to ensure that the unit is habitable. We'll go ahead and then take incoming complaints, but along with that, we're going to go ahead and take a proactive approach, conduct certain inspections. We'll notify the property owners, schedule certain appointments, give the community, the tenants, and the property owners the opportunity to correct certain violations before any documentation takes place. Okay? Our key focuses in this area is going to be light safety, electrical system, structural soundness, plumbing, exterior, and interior maintenance. Can we go to the next slide? Our commercial beautification program, it promotes clean, attractive, and well-maintained businesses along with the overall goal. We want to beautify the city. There's certain things that were mentioned up here earlier in regards to paint that's been fading away, so we will have officers going out there addressing those issues. We currently have a soft approach rollout where I have some of my staff passing out flyers, certain items on that list as what we're going to be looking for on this program. It's not going to be all posted up here. There's more flyers and a list of items that we will be looking for. They're placed at the front, so feel free to take those pamphlets and that information. Along with that, there's going to be my business card, so if you guys have any questions, concerns in regards to what it actually entails, right? We deal with more than just property maintenance. We make sure that there's everything in that unit is going to be safe, sound, and installed correctly. And if it isn't, then we ensure that either A, the tenant or the property owner takes care of that, okay? Go to the next one. Both programs ensure prevention, protection, partnership, pride, progress. By working together, this can't be done just by ourselves. So we still have those lines of communication where you guys can call us, phone us in if you have any complaints, questions, concerns. If we don't have the answer, we will guide you to the proper channels to do so. But we will intake that information. Our admin staff will vet that information and assign it to one of our officers. Again, we're going to have a residential team and a commercial team, and that's just going to give you guys a face to the name when these inspectors start coming out in the field. And I'm open for questions. Yeah. All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
And then while, don't go anywhere, we have some questions for you. But while our residents are making their way to the microphone, I want to share with you that, as you know, the city of Inglewood is progressing by leaps and bounds. And so our city staff, we've all decided that we want to make sure that our city looks is beautiful and represents the international platform that it's on. It's very important to us. So we decided that we're going to start working really hard on the beautification of the city. And with that, as you all know, sometimes you drive down some of our major thoroughfares and you might see a business that collects trash or the paint's chipped and maybe the window is busted and it's been like that for a very long time. And it probably catches your eye every time you drive by that business, and it's just almost like an eyesore. So our city staff, we've collectively gathered together and we said, you know what? We deserve better, and so we're going to dive in, roll up our sleeves, and we're going to make sure that our city is representative of what we deserve, what you all deserve. So we are rolling up our sleeves. We're going to get out there, and we're going to work with our small business owners to make sure that their businesses look nice and professional, like you deserve, and work with them. Hopefully we'll be able to find ways to make sure that it's affordable for them to bring their businesses into compliance. But we want to get rid of those eyesores that you see along our major thoroughfares. So that is what this is about. So thank you so much. And again, we're going to need your patience. And you might have a few angry small businesses saying, leave me alone. I want that window to be busted for the next 10 years, but we don't want to look at it like that anymore, right? So we're going to work with them, and some people might not be that happy about it, and we will continue to try our best to work with them in a very nice manner, but we want to make sure that we're beautifying the city, right, Lee? Absolutely. Okay, let's take our first question.
So this question is for both Madam Councilwoman and for you, Tony. So when it comes to with businesses that don't maintain, or even with graffiti, and do you work hand in hand with parking enforcement? Because on trash days, parking enforcement, they're ticketing, and if they see things, that should be another avenue for you of resources, of working smarter, not harder. Because even though residents, I've been one who called multiple times on when there's graffiti and things like that, but I see the parking enforcement in the mornings, in the afternoon, they're going through our neighborhoods, our streets, and if they see it, they should be able to inform you as well, than the residents as well. So you have another avenue, because sometimes if you're relying on residents, they're thinking, well, of course we're gonna call it in, but most times parking enforcement will get there before we do, because they're ticketing, and to see the things. And another thing that I see more of graffiti is on the sidewalk, in addition to, of course, being scrawled on businesses or on walls. They're targeting now on the sidewalk. So that's a big problem, and that's not being tackled, because I have called your office about tagging on the sidewalks.
Okay, so I do agree that we do have a lot of graffiti, and we're definitely working on that. Yes, we do work and collaborate with other divisions and other departments to ensure that that gets addressed. So if they do report it, we absolutely open up a case, and then we actually do send our inspectors and our officers to go out there and follow the process in regards to getting that removed. Most of the time, it's not as simple as just calling our local public works department to just remove it, because it's on private property, so there's certain measures that we have to take just to get that taken care of. But absolutely, we are working with Public Works, Parking Enforcement, Inglewood Police Department. Any complaints that we take, we open up cases and address them, absolutely.
But what about the graffiti on the sidewalk?
Graffiti on the sidewalk? Yes, if it's reported and we see it, we absolutely can do something with that. We collaborate with Public Works, and we'll have them go take care of that.
Just report it to us.
Yes. And again, if my phone number is going to be on those flyers in the back table when you exit, so feel free and give us a call, and we'll get the stuff taken care of. You're welcome.
Good evening, council member and community leaders. My name is Langston, and I serve as the Far West Future Black Legislator of America for the Inglewood chapter of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated. Please forgive me for my comment. It doesn't have to do directly with acting codes, but first I want to thank you for your continued leadership and for creating space for community voices. I understand that the DMV is a state agency and that reopening is not a direct function of this town hall. However, we are intentionally using this forum to respectfully uplift the issue to our councilwoman and mayor and to ask for your advocacy on behalf of Inglewood families. The closure of the Inglewood DMV has had a real impact not only on me but on my community. For teens, accessing the DMV services is about more than just getting a driver's license. It connects to voter registration, civic participation, and learning how to engage responsibility as new adults. It also allows us to support our parents and grandparents with transportation and paperwork. For many families like mine, getting licensed in Inglewood is a tradition, a rite of passage rooted in our own city. I am proud and we are proud of Inglewood and the progress happening here. As young people, we simply ask that our local leaders continue advocating at a state level to restore convenient DMV access for our residents. Thank you for listening to the voices of Inglewood youth.
So I'll take that question. So thank you so much to Langston, our Jack and Jill member, and I think that that's a great question. One thing I want to share with you is that elected officials have different jurisdictions. So I am a council member, and this is my jurisdiction within the city of Inglewood. However, DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, is a different jurisdiction. I believe that is the federal jurisdiction. Is it state? I'm state of California. So that is a different jurisdiction than myself, just like post offices is a federal jurisdiction. And so I can share the concerns that were expressed here with our assembly member, which is Assembly Member Tina McKinner, and also our Senator, Laura Richardson, about the closure of the DMV, and let them know. And I can also share their contact information and let them know what the concerns are as well. And as you know, there are a lot of organizations like Jack and Jill of America and Carpenters that go and lobby in Sacramento. Every day they go up there and they plan lobby days. And so I would encourage you to get together, gather the organization. I believe Jack and Jill has a lobby day. So I really encourage you to include that if you haven't already. I believe you have. And speak with your state legislature about that, your concerns, and ask them to work with you, collaborate with you to address your concerns. And they are more than willing to work with not only our constituents, our adult constituents, our seniors, our labor unions, but they're more than willing to work with our children. So thank you so much for your question. It's a great question. I appreciate you for being here.
Hello, hello. My name is Dwight Matthews, a resident. This is for Mr. Lee. You're going to start the new program. Are you going to hire more inspectors? Are you going to train more people for positions of inspection? You know, provide jobs.
So currently, right now, we're at capacity, meaning the rental inspection program, because it's being developed and it probably won't roll out until early 2027, that's not the time for us to ask for more personnel. We have plenty of staff currently right now to roll out the commercial program, so that's what we're going to start off with. When we start rolling out the rental housing inspection program, then that's when we'll revisit that. But always keep an eye out in regards to, we have part-time positions for the code enforcement trainee positions. If you go on the city website, print out the application, again, email me, my information will be out there in the front. And when that time comes, we definitely will call, again, our Inglewood residents first.
Yes. But I had to ask the question so you can say it.
No, understood.
Okay, all right. Okay. So they're closed for reconstruction. Yes, okay. And you know what? I was thinking that was the case, but I didn't want to misspeak. Yes, okay. So, but it was a great question, and I think that I love to encourage our youth to come out, ask questions, and be engaged, because that's what it's all about, right? So, our future council members in the house, right? I want to acknowledge one of our city staff. Is it Cydia right here? Yes, Cydia, she's here. She came out to engage. Thank you so much, Cydia, for being here. She's paying attention to see if there are any Spanish speakers here. So she's just always here quietly to see if there's any Spanish speakers that are needed. And so I just want to just openly thank you, Cydia, for always being here and attending and being available for that. Let's see. We are bringing up our next speaker. Thank you so much, Lee. Appreciate you. And we're bringing up our next speaker, our director, Bernard McCumbry. He is the Director of Development Services. And while he is coming up, he has some gifts for y'all. Ooh, we got some more giveaways. But while he's coming up, I want to acknowledge that Lee works for our new assistant city manager. She is the first African American assistant city manager working for the city of Inglewood. And so she was not able to be here tonight, but she and I have been working hand in hand on this beautification project. And so I think over the next year, you're going to really see some really great results. So I really hope that you stay engaged and support us and give us your patience. But in about a year, you're going to see some real results. So with that said, we have our fabulous new director up here. Whoop, whoop. And you brought some raffle giveaways, right? You got some giveaways? All right, let's do it. Y'all, oh, they're good too. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Here we go.
How we doing this evening? I know it's late, but we can do better than that. How we doing this evening? Oh, y'all don't want no t-shirts. Hold on a second. Wait. We got to get our energy up. Look, so I got some next level swag. Because everything we do in Inglewood is next level. Right? So I have some names that were randomly chosen. So if you did not sign up on the list outside, then you may not get your name called unless someone doesn't show up. Or they left. So thank you for sticking around. This is your prize for staying. My name is, again, Bernard McCrumbie. I'm the Development Services Director. Proud Director. Blessed Director. And excited about the opportunity to continue to usher in all the wonderful things that are happening in the city of Inglewood into the next level. And so to start, my two managers aren't here this evening, but I'm proud to announce that a longtime city employee, graduate of Morningside High School, born and raised in the avenues of the hundreds. That's what I like to call them, the hundreds. Arturo Salazar is our new acting planning manager. And so you'll have an opportunity to meet him very soon, prior to Morningside High School. And of course, Mandir, seeing you guys, a lot of you might have met him at our last meeting that we had a few months back. We have some amazing things happening in the Development Services Department, all geared towards improving your experience with permitting and allowing your dreams to come to fruition. So I can speak a little bit about that a little later, but I want to talk about the most exciting thing that's happening right now in the city. Next Level Inglewood. We are in the process of currently updating our comprehensive general plan. Most of you have seen, as you've driven up La Cienega or Century and some of our Manchester, some of our major thoroughfares, the Next Level Inglewood plastered on the WOW boards. And you're like, what is that? Right? That's what we're doing. That's this historic document that we're preparing to shape the next 25 years of what this city is going to look like. We've been working very hard over the last 2 years to get to where we are now. We just recently finished a community open house. I see some faces that were there in here tonight. The community open house was born. It introduced our land use plan that was born over 1,400 now, maybe 1,500 comments that we received from the community through our engagement activities. It came from our attendance at all of our community fairs. This weekend, we're going to be at the Black History Fair on Market Street. We were last week at the Love and Basketball event. We're active, we're out, and we want to hear from you. This general plan update is driven and is community focused. The comments that we received, the plan that we have came from you, not my team, not my consultants. And so we have an engagement activity on our website. It's a survey, and it goes all through it goes through a lot of our commercial corridors, and it asks you, what would you like to see? Now, we're not asking you if you want to see Roof Chris on the corner of La Brea, and right, that would be nice. I hear you. But what it's asking is what types of land use, what types of structures would you like to see? Would you like to see tall buildings? Would you like to see mid-rise? Would you like to see all residential? Would you like to see all commercial? Would you like to see a mixture of both, right? And we take all that feedback, right, that we get, and then we put it together, we introduce it to our general plan advisory committee, and from there, we take their recommendations to the planning commission and ultimately to the decision makers, which is the city council. So this is a forward-thinking document that touches every single department that got up and spoke tonight. The last time our general plan was updated, I was 5. Think about that. I'm 43. Almost. So that we have done a lot without a true strategic plan for how we grow. And with the leadership that we have in place now, we have the ability to do that. And so I'm very, very proud to have a team that's working really hard for you. Now, I also want to say I was born in Inglewood, and I live in Inglewood. I'm raising my daughter here. So this is personal for me. Every decision that I make from my purview has a direct impact on my family, right? So we're not going to do anything in the Development Services Department that is in conflict with you and your quality of life, because your quality of life is my quality of life. And so I just wanted to share that. A couple of projects, so please, if you have an opportunity, please visit our website, www.nextlevelinglewood.com. Really, and on that website, oh, she got the, yeah, hold it up again, please. There we go. So this flyer that we have in the back speaks a little bit about our online survey, and on the back it talks a little bit about what the general plan is. And so you'll be able to kind of educate yourself on exactly what it is that we're doing and how it impacts you and your family. Okay? So thank you for that. Now, before I move on to the next thing, is there a Tracy Adler here? No? How about LaTanya Fair? Hey, LaTanya, look, you stuck around. I'm going to give you a t-shirt. You want to come on up. You want black or green? You want black or teal? Teal. All right. All right, there you go. All right, give it up for LaTanya for sticking around. All right, let me do one more. How about Roman Ford? Oh, look at you, man. Look, he was back on his phone saying, man, I hope you call my name. Roman, black or teal? There you go, represent. There you go. All right, give it up for Roman. So, I just want to talk about a couple of quick residential projects that are happening right now in District 4. 3209 Imperial, there is a 20-unit development that has broken ground. They recently tore down a single-story storefront commercial building, and they're going to develop this 5-story residential apartment building with, I think it's going to have 3 affordable units. They're slated, 3. I got you. So they are 2 and 2, 2 1s and studios. Yeah. So no 3 bedrooms in this development. Yeah. So parking, they are providing one space per unit, and it's it complies. So we're working through, and I understand that everybody has opinions. That's why it's important to go to that survey and allow your voice to be heard. it's important to go to www.nextlevelinglewood.com and sign up for our mailing list. So when we have community events and we have opportunities for you to allow your voice to be heard, we can add that to the discussion. Okay? And then, of course, we have a name now, Legends at Inglewood. Is our project that is we recently approved the long range land use entitlements that included a general plan amendment and a zone change to pave the way for the development of 500 plus units at on the in between Monroe and Morningside or Inglewood United High School. All right, and so and that number is not gonna go higher. In all likelihood, it's gonna drop some, but that project is slated to begin their ministerial review and approval probably within the next 3 to 6 months. They'll be submitting some plans. They're still working some things out with the school district. Yes, so the project though is slated to be built in phases. So they'll probably start on the furthest away, the old Woodworth Elementary School site, where that's a little bit further from the classrooms at both Monroe and Inglewood. It's on 104th, correct. But again, that project, so they're not going to build all of the units at the same time. They're going to be in phases so that they can go up relatively quickly and with very minimal impact on the school and the community. Right. Yeah, logistically,
If you have a question, come up to the mic. Yeah, come up to the mic if you have something to say.
Going up to the mic. You can go going up to the mic. So I will. I'll just informing you that those are the two main projects that are currently in the pipeline and under construction in District 4. There are and I hear you. The community needs wins. I get that, right? And we're working very intentionally, right, to allow those things to happen. There are some policy that we're working towards. We have an inclusionary zoning ordinance that we're going to be bringing forth back to the Planning Commission and to City Council that will require 10 and 20% set aside of affordable housing for every development over 10 units. Moving forward, we have some other initiatives that we're working towards. We're talking about how we can meet and fill the gap of the missing middle, right? How, we have affordable projects, and then we have people that can afford to purchase and live without any subsidy, but then there's a big gap in the middle, a working class that also needs some help. And so we're looking at implementing policy and ways to help, and incentives and ways to help that group of people to be able to thrive, to be able to become homeowners, to be able to live and stay here in Inglewood. There is, the last thing, I know I'm pressed for time, but the last thing that we're committed to doing and we're really intentional about is educating, right? I think in order for you to be able to fully understand the breadth of what we do from a land use perspective, we have to really understand how land use works. And I really want to have my team to create some workshops so that we can explain that. Now, do I want you all to be planners? Absolutely not. But there are some things that happen that are in our control, and there are some that's outside of it. But we're working very, very hard to maintain the integrity of what this community stands for, and that's representative of you. Now, it's not all going to be perfect. Absolutely not. And with change is uncomfortable. But we are working earnestly and intentionally to ensure that we help and we fill the void that you all have been missing in regards to your voice being heard. And that, so I want to leave you with that. I have a couple more names. Alpha, is there an Alpha here? Alpha Con? Come on up and get a t-shirt. Or how about a coffee mug? A t-shirt? Okay, come on up. Is there a Miss, I think I know who she is, Miss Bernadette Nicholson? Come on up and get a t-shirt. Hey, look, I didn't pick these names. Okay, so let me pick another name. How about Lori? Is there a Lori McCollum here?
Oh, no.
No Lori? Dwight Matthews. Oh, Lori, oh, you back there hiding, Lori? Would you like a t-shirt? You want? Okay. You're welcome. All right, one more name. Nicole Goff.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Oh.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
All right, I have a mug. Anybody want a
I want the mug. I'll take the mug. I'll take the mug.
All right, you take the mug.
Thank you.
All right. You got one. I caught you. All right, I got a question here. I'm sorry.
I do, and it's going to be brief. Thank you so much for, I think I have gone to one of your community events, so appreciate you. The general plan, will the residents and homeowners, will we have visibility into what we currently have in the general plan and what we're working towards in the finished project throughout that process?
Absolutely.
And how would that be?
So our current general plan, which is old as dirt,
I know,
is available on our website. So it's available on our planning website. And I can email you a link to that.
Okay.
So you can kind of look at what those elements look like. But all of the latest information, all of our comments received, metrics about participation, our plans, our vision statement, our guiding principles are all available on our Next Level Inglewood website. And so you can go there and get caught up to speed as to where we are, what our next steps in the process are, and how you can remain involved.
But we will have visibility into the plan itself.
Absolutely, through every step of the process.
Okay, my name is Joan Richardson, and I met you once before. What my concern is, all those streets around where you're building are narrow. Then you have the apartment buildings that would be on the north side of where you're building, a lot of apartment buildings. They're already parking cars all over the place. Then another point is when I leave 104th, when will I be able to make a turn? It's going to be so crowded. Have you considered that in your planning? Do you plan on egressing any streets so that there will be more room?
Yes, so there is a secondary alternative. Well, there are two exits on 104th, and then there's a secondary exit on Lamoli. I think the street dead ends right now at Lamoli, and so that's going to be another secondary egress on the south side of the project to kind of relieve some of the pressure on 104th. We're also working with the developer to look at some other alternatives that may allow an exit off of Yukon. These are some things that we're talking through, but we are definitely cognizant of the traffic consideration. We have looked at very closely some of the traffic patterns, especially during peak hours, right? The mornings, evenings, and we're working hard to try to mitigate some of those issues through our environmental review and assessment, and as well as just our local traffic analysis that they're going to go through when they submit for their ministerial entitlements really soon.
Okay, will the community be involved in your planning?
So the community involvement with this project happened a month or so before we took the project to City Council and Planning Commission. We had a couple of community meetings at Morningside High School where we solicited community input and heard out some concerns that are being addressed as a part of their project moving forward.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, man.
Hi. So I'm gonna go take a look at the website because I need to see exactly what's going on. But I've heard for many years now, especially because I was going to see like the parks and recs and stuff like that, that Inglewood was park poor.
Right.
Are you planning on building any kind of public park in that big area since we need more?
You were speaking my language.
All right.
But this this is land use, right? So one of the things that you will find as we're going through this general plan is that we don't have any control over government property, right? So we can't designate the school district site as an open space parcel because we don't have jurisdiction over it, right? So that becomes a conversation that the city has to have with the school district, and the school district has to be willing to make that land available for us to be able to develop it in the manner that we want to. Now, do we believe that the area in District 4, outside of the new, the Worthington site that's going to be expanded, right, from Center Park down to Yukon, right, we are deficient, right, in our park space, and so as we're moving forth in our general plan, and unfortunately, God's not making any more land, right? So we have to find a way to smartly reuse what we have, and so that's a great opportunity that we have, and we're going to begin to have those conversations, but that's going to be a collaborative effort.
Yeah, if you can prioritize that over more buildings.
Yes,
that
so
would be in the discussions.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's and that's going to be a part of. So we're going to, as a part of this comprehensive general plan update, we're updating our land use element. We're updating, which is the built environment, right? We're updating our circulation element, which is how people move throughout the city and all the different vehicular modalities. We're going to be looking at our open space, right, and how we can create more open space opportunities in the city for our residents. We're looking at safety. We're looking at conservation. There are 9 elements, and then we're also adding an economic development element, right, where we're looking at creating a strategic plan for our business community so that we can allow them now to remain sustainable with all of the big business that is surrounding us. So to your point, yes, we are actively looking at that, and we're going to find a way to create some additional space. But it's not, it's private property that we have to work with private ownership to be able to use to develop in that manner.
Okay.
Right? So it's a collaborative effort.
Yep.
Yeah. That's me. All right, so one more question? Okay.
One more quick question, and my apologies if this has already been done in previous meetings, but I'm just looking at all the development that's going around Inglewood right now. So who exactly is the city of Inglewood developing all these things for? Is it to get other people to come into our city? Is it for people that are residents to be able to have places to live, affordable? I mean, what was the vision? Oh, we have to have all these places. Is it for new people? Is it for Inglewood residents? What What is all this new development supposed to be doing to enhance the residents of Inglewood?
Well, I'll say this, I do, and I don't necessarily want to. Right. So, oh, ma'am, we're recording tonight, so you're asking some phenomenal questions, but we need you to go to the mic to ask them, so they can be heard. Okay, I understand. So I'm gonna say this. And my time is up. But again, as I mentioned, the city is very intentional about what we're doing. I know, through, but well, no, and I'm saying, but through the process of allowing things to happen the way that it's supposed to, and the way that you would like for it to, it takes time, right? So I'll give you a perfect example. We've developed our downtown specific plan that was intended to revitalize Market Street and incentivize developers to come in. That plan was drafted and adopted in 2015, right? It's 2026, and we only have 2 projects that have been built in our downtown. So what does that mean, right? What does that mean? That means that we have to look at, the plan that was created and ask the real questions, does this work, right? And so part of what we're doing with our general plan update is we're looking and examining everything and asking what has worked, right? We're asking you, because maybe in previous iterations of particular projects and plans that have gone forth, we didn't ask you. Maybe we did what we thought was best for you, and what we thought was best for you wasn't working. So what are we doing now? Well, we're coming to you and saying, hey, what would you like? Hey, how can we make you feel a part of this? Inglewood is building for whoever wants to be here. Like I told you, I'm born and raised, I left, and I came back, right? I moved into an area that maybe I would not have been able to move into when I left. But an opportunity was created, and that's the same opportunity that's being created for each and every one of you that are here. Now, so right. So, right. Well, I hear you, and I mean, I guess, and the question that I have, and this is an honest question, is since the development of SoFi and Hollywood Park, how many of your property or my homeowners' property values have increased? Well, the question is, the question is, right. Right, right. And so you're right. And so maybe you don't want to move, but it also creates an opportunity for future for other investment, maybe in other areas, right? And so I mean we can talk offline. I have a lot of answers to a lot of your questions. I know you guys have some burning questions, and I would love to continue the conversation. But please, Councilwoman Faulk spoke earlier. We're allowing you an opportunity to be heard. Please come to our community meetings. Please be involved. Please tune into the Planning Commission meetings. Please be heard. Please come and allow us to hear you so we can be responsive to your concerns. And I hear you, ma'am. I would like to talk to you further. I'll give you my card so we can talk a little bit more, so I can share some information with you. But that is my time. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
All right. I do want to share with you. Look at y'all getting those shirts, huh? Yo, they want them shirts. Give one to our friend right here. Make sure you give her one. To young lady right here that asked they gave a lot of feedback. And I do want to thank you, ma'am, for your comments. And I do hear the emotion in your voice. And so this is not easy for us. California is experiencing a housing shortage. That is the reason why all of the cities are under a mandate to build housing. So along with City of Inglewood and all the other cities, that's what we're doing. We are building housing. Is it perfect? No. That's the reason why we have experienced people like Bernard McCumbry. He's trying to get feedback from you, from other residents, so that when we build, we can try and build it with your input, with your thoughts, your advice, so that we can try and build it right and make sure that you're not feeling like you're being left out of the process. So I want you to feel that. I want you to know that. And is it a perfect process? No. But that is the whole reason why we're asking for your feedback. Mm-hmm. I know. Or being deported. I know. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, that's a whole different conversation. But I do want you to know that we are taking your feedback seriously. I do want you to know that we appreciate you for being honest, being brutally honest with us. I felt your comments. I didn't say anything. I was listening. And this is the feedback that we want to hear. So please make sure you continue to stay engaged and come to the community meetings. Make sure you give us the input, because that's how we get better as a city. If you stay at home, just like coming here and being here, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are still here. It's 8:15. I appreciate y'all, because y'all could have been at home watching TV. And instead, you're here and you're giving your comments. So thank you so much. That's why I said make sure you get a T-shirt. Did he give you a T-shirt? You didn't get a T-shirt? Oh, you're going to get a T-shirt. Don't worry about it. You're going to get a T-shirt. Even if my assistant Malcolm got to drop it off at your house tomorrow, you're going to get a T-shirt. Okay, so really quickly, do y'all want to hear the 2-minute video from Dr. Morris for IUSD? What's happening? I know it's getting late. It's 2 minutes, right? It's 5 minutes? Okay, 5 minutes, and then we're out of here, okay? So here we go.
Good evening, Councilmember Faulk and esteemed community members. I apologize for being unable to be with you in person. We have a school board meeting this evening, and so I'm unable to attend in person. But I wanted to provide a quick update about some of the incredible things that are happening in Inglewood School District. I want to begin by just letting you know, here are some incredible highlights. First of all, student achievement in Inglewood Unified is on the rise. This past year in English language arts, students in Inglewood surpassed the LA County average when we look at the students who are proficient. Same thing in mathematics. Our scores are up and we're surpassing LA County average school districts across the county. Facility improvements are underway across the district. As you drive around Inglewood, you'll see the progress and you'll see construction happening throughout the district. Our school budget, our school district budget is balanced and we're making progress. Finally, I just want to point out our annual FICMAT review is underway. The FICMAT teams will be in the district from February 2nd through February 21st, and we have very, very high hopes that we are on the road to exit receivership. I want to begin by talking a little bit about some of the construction projects and how the community's bond dollars are working to improve school facilities. First one I want to mention is the Kelso Warren Lane Daniel Freeman site. We had a huge improvement in that facility over the summer. It cost about $6.1 million, modernized the classrooms, new furniture, a new synthetic turf field. That is a beautiful, beautiful campus today. Additionally, our Child Development Center is being rebuilt, and that construction is happening. If you drive by 10th Avenue and 104th Street, you'll see the construction happening. It's a $15 million project, and we'll have 8 brand new classrooms, a beautiful multi-use room, beautiful new playgrounds for our youngest students in Inglewood. Additionally, there's a construction project happening at Bennett Q School, and it's going to be a beautiful new state-of-the-art building. At Bennett Q School, it's about $11.5 million project to build 6 new classrooms and an incredible maker space, new landscaping, and really renovation of some of the existing portables at that school. Additionally, at Oak Street School, we'll have construction starting this summer, and that's 10 new classrooms at Oak Street, renovation of fields, and some beautification efforts to make Oak Street an even more beautiful school. That is a $14 million project funded by Inglewood taxpayers. Additionally, of course, the biggest project that you'll see is Inglewood High School. 50 classrooms, 2 buildings dedicated to career technical education pathways, new student commons, new administration building. It's going to be a beautiful state-of-the-art high school. It will be completed by December of 2027. That's about a $232 million project, and that's one that I'm very excited about because we're currently designing the bridge that's going to go over Manchester Boulevard to connect the high school to the renovations that are happening at the Inglewood Public Library. It's a great gift for our students and a great gift for our community. A couple of other projects that the community just needs to know about. Through the winter break this year, we installed a state-of-the-art security camera system at every single school in the district. 24-hour monitoring of whatever is happening on those school campuses. That was a $600,000 project really designed to enhance safety of students, staff, and the community, and obviously district property. Additionally, we have a project underway right now in our special education classrooms throughout the district. We're upgrading every single special education classroom with new furniture, specifically designed for students with special needs. That project started in October, and we're hoping to have the installation done in every single special education classrooms by the end of this current school year. I think the other project that you'll see happening is the City Honors, Iovina and Young campus. We're doing interior painting right now. We'll be followed by exterior painting, so that school will have a fresh paint and a brand new look. That's another exciting project. I want to thank you for your support of our schools. I want to thank the council member and the folks in the community members in attendance because we see progress every day in Inglewood Unified. Again, I apologize I was unable to be with you in person, but I wanted to provide a brief update so you'll know how your bond dollars are being spent and let you know this is a school district on the rise.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank our social media team. Thank my assistant, Malcolm Patton. You guys have a fabulous night. I appreciate y'all for being here. I know it's cold tonight. Y'all came out in the cold. And I hope you appreciate the information that was delivered. I look forward to seeing you at the next event on Saturday, this Saturday, Black History event, 11 to 5 p.m. downtown Inglewood. Have a wonderful night. Get home safe. God bless you all.